Good day everyone, my name is Andrea Fajardo from the P3C, and now we will talk about the history of Parasol dance. So Parasol is an Asian dance form performed on a song called Mikado. This umbrella dance is said to have originated from Japan. Apparently, this dance has its root deeply embedded within the theater in Japan. In addition, this dance is mainly performed in spring festivals. Furthermore, it has essentially been derived from a dance tradition followed in Okinawa referred to as Higasa Odori. It was during the 18th and 19th century that a dance technique called Higasa Odori. It was developed by a man called Tamagusuku Seiju in the Ryukyuan court in Okinawa, Japan. Furthermore, it was danced using Higasa Odori as a template that this dance style was then created. Parasol dance was created for wealthy men. The Japan was very sensual and oftentimes geisha would do this after coitus almost as a ward for the male. Though later it became a dance before sexual status happened, so the man would see the female before or retoka before every approach. So the Japanese parasol dance is an example of a simple Japanese dance uses an umbrella. The dance is suited for girls making use of shuffling step that is basic typical in Japanese. The parasol dance is from Kabuki. The song played during the dance is called Mikado, as said earlier, and this song is for time. The parasol dance has been followed by the Japanese for more than 600 years now. It is very articulate dance and it was once practiced by geishas or what we call them as escort in modern world. Japanese parasol dance is still alive in Japan today, but only few people are trained in it. So if you get a chance to watch or see one of those performances, then you should consider yourself as lucky.
Good day everyone, I am Quezon de la Cruz from the P3C, and for today's video, I will discuss the background of Japanese parasol dance. So the Japanese parasol dance is the example of a simple dance that uses an umbrella. The dance is suited for girls making use of shuffling step that is the basic to a typical Japanese. The parasol dance is from Kabuki. The song played during the dance is called Mikado, or a song that in the fourth time. Next, parasol dance is origin in the country of Japan. Parasol dance was created for wealthy men. The Japanese was very sensual and often times geisha would do this after notice almost as an award for the male. Thought later it became a dance before sexual status happened, so the man would see the female better before erotica every approach. So another background for Japanese parasol dance, it is very colorful and easy dance for the girls. It is customary with Japanese girls to use umbrella for rain and shine. So that's all and
Good day everyone, I am Christian Hirillo, and now I'm going to discuss the Japanese parasol dance, the costume, props, and music. The costumes were include brightly colored kimono. So yung kimono tinatawag sa Japanese is ayun yung dress na sinusuot ng mga mananayaw nila. And yung kimono is hindi lang ginagamit sa mga sayaw. Weddings, festivals, and funerals are all occasions when the kimono is worn. Tourists can also rent a kimono for the day and see the attraction in traditional Japanese styles. So, ayun, ginagamit ng mga Japanese sa weddings, festivals, and funerals. And then, yung mga tourists natin is maaari silang magrenta sa mga Japanese ng kimono para ma-attract sa traditional Japanese styles nila. Geta, a traditional Japanese shoe that looks like a cross between clogs and flip-flops. They're a type of sandal with a raised wooden base that keep onto the foot by a fabric tongue to keep the foot to the ground. So, yun. Yung shoes na yan is tinatawag nilang wooden shoes or geta. So, kung yung nakikita nyo sa picture, wooden talaga siya, no? And meron lang siyang parang goma na yung tinatawag nating leaves. And then, yung umbrella or yung props, so, ayan yung pinaka-props nila para mas gumanda yung sayaw nila.
Good day, everyone. This is Maria Amor Federico, and now I am going to discuss the step-by-step process of Japanese parasol dance. Okay, let's start on music A. So, A, starting with the R foot or right foot, execute shuffling step forward. Twirl parasol overhead. And next B, with shuffling steps, turn around in place clockwise. Twirl the parasol over the right shoulder. And next is step C. Just repeat the step B, turning counterclockwise. Transfer parasol to the left shoulder. And then step D, turn right about and repeat step A, going to proper place. Twirl parasol overhead, finish facing front. And lastly, step E. Just repeat step B and step C. Moving forward, now let's proceed to the music letter B. So the first step is step right sideward, step left close to right foot, bend knees slightly, and then straighten knees. Bend the head slightly to the right side, parasol resting on the right shoulder, and do not turn it. And then, step number 2 or B, repeat step A to the left side, starting with the left foot. Transfer the parasol to the left shoulder. Count 1 to 4. Then step C, repeat step A and B. Now let's proceed to the next step. With number 1 leading, execute shuffling steps moving clockwise. Each group makes its own circle. Then twirl parasol on the shoulder by 8 counts. And then the next step is turn right about and repeat step D counterclockwise. Transfer parasol to the left shoulder. Now, let's have the music number 3. Step 1 is all bend forward and drop on knees. Place the parasol behind. Bend trunk slowly forward until the head touches the floor. 8 counts. Next is raise the trunk slowly and take parasol with both hands and place it in front in 8 counts. Next step is in kneeling position, sit on the heels or Japanese fashion, raise the head and look around the parasol at the right side for 4 counts and to the left side for 4 counts also. And just repeat the step C. And just repeat the step C or the third step. Next, we have the next music. So, step 1 is each girl rolls her own parasol around self-clockwise 4 counts and counterclockwise 4 counts. And the next is roll it in front, sideward right for 2 counts and sideward left for 2 counts. Then repeat step B, then repeat step A and B. All take parasol and stand up with the right foot for 4 counts. And now let's proceed to music B. All face right, holding the parasol with two hands at high level or top toward the audience, handle toward the rear. And then execute shuffling steps forward, twirling parasol clockwise for 4 counts. And then turn left about. Repeat step A, parasol top toward audience for 4 counts. And then turn right about, repeat A and B. Execute shuffling steps forward to form a square, each girl occupying a corner facing a common center. And then turn around in place clockwise and counterclockwise as in figure I or step B and step C. Finish facing the center. The next step is turn around in place as in figure step B twice for 8 counts. Finish facing proper places. Repeat step A going to place. And then next is with number 1 leading each set, turn once clockwise and then exit. Use shuffling steps throughout, twirling the parasol on the shoulder. Note, if more music is needed, part C may be repeated as many times as necessary.
Good day everyone, I'm Jessie Jimensigas from BPED 3C. So for today's presentations, I will discuss the history of Tarantella dance. But before that, let me explain what is Tarantella dance. So Tarantella dance, it is a couple folk dance of Italy characterized by light, quick steps and teasing flirtatious behavior between partners. So, Tarantella dance was originated outside southern Italy as served as the birthplace for the folk dance known as the Tarantella, originating as far back as the 16th or 17th centuries. Tarantella, it is a popular native dance of southern Italy. So, the dance was introduced to the public in 1844 by Madame Micau. So, in the earliest historical mention of the Tarantella dance, it is the Saint Virtus dance in 1374. And then, it was also mentioned again in 1839 as the Little of a Ballet. So, there are three possible thoughts to where the dance was originated from. First, was the tarantella an aranya or a pulsion spider bite? The dance was performed to cure the bite in which the victim whom was bitten dances non-stop to avoid the poison affecting them. And the second is, it is a possible origin was the Saint Virtus dance. It is the religious story in which people were dancing in the churchyard, therefore distributing the prize. And lastly is the possible origin of the Tarantella dance is when the women were working in the fields of Toronto. If the woman were bitten the spider, they would use fast-paced, energetic dancing to hopefully sweat out the venom through their pores. So after all the history of Tarantella dance, so today there are various versions of Tarantella dance are performed a traditional Italian wedding and celebration. So today in Italian culture, the word Tarantella evokes images of a franchise spinning dance traditionally played at wedding. However, this popular native dance of southern Italy has a history and might spanning several centuries. So, sa dance, originally an Italian folk dance of the lower and middle classes has been labeled as the dance to cure sickness and a dance of courtship. So, when we say in the courtship version of a dance, the woman uses rapidity and liveliness to excite the love of her partners. In form, the way tries to charm her with his agility, elegance, and demonstrations of trendiness. So the dance is one of the unity and separation we see dancer flying into each other's arms only to bound away again.
Good day, I'm Hazel Jo Antor's Isquera from Biped 3C, and for today's video, I will report the background of Tarantella dance. So, Tarantella dance. Throughout history, dancing has been used as a way to celebrate, worship, uplift, and cure. Italy is no exception with dozens of beautiful folk dances created within its timeline. Out of all the Italian folk dances out there, Tarantella is more notable dance. From a dance to cure, also known as the dance of the spider, the Tarantella is derived from the Italian word tarantula or meaning tarantula. The tarantula gets its the name from the town of Taranto in Puglia, where the bite of the local wolf spider or the tarantula was widely believed to be poisonous and led to a condition known as tarantism. Tarantism was an epidemic that swept through Taranto, and the tarantata refers to a person who is bitten by a tarantula, and the only cure that seemed was to engage in the frenzied dancing ritual of the Tarantella dance. Townspeople would surround the tarantata or the person who is bitten by a tarantula, while the musicians would play instruments such as mandolins, guitars, and tambourines, in different tempos in search of the correct inhaling rhythm. Once the correct rhythm was found, the victim dancing the tarantella alone until exhausted was thought to be cured, having sweated out the venom. To a dance to court, as the passage of time faded the legend's mystique, the tarantella eventually transformed from a cure to a deadly disease, to a couple's dance, either a man and woman or two women perform at wedding ceremonies and other celebrations. In fact, tarantella is now considered unlucky by some to be danced alone.
Good day, I am Judith Gabaon. The Italian ethnic dance called the Tarantella have traditional costume for women and men. So first, the women traditional costumes are white, gathered skirt, white aprons, and a scarf around the neck. Iyan yung traditional costumes sa babae. Then, the traditional costume for men are specially made shoes, three-quarter pants, a black vest, and generally a little cap. Prop used in the tarantella dance are the hoe, the well, the tambourine, and the vines. From the vineyard, iyan yung mga makikita natin na ginagamit na props nila. All this comes from the era where people used to gather by the well side. A lot of those songs are about washing by the well side, falling in love by the well side, going out in the field picking grapes and meeting people. At the moment, she has a group of 8 who meet once a fortnight to practice tarantella. She is looking for new faces to try the dance. Music of tarantella dance. So, ano yung napansin nyo sa music? The music is very different Its tempo is faster for one thing, but it has a similar hypnotic effects, especially when people are exposed to the rhythm for a long period of time. Means habang tumatagal mo itong pinapakinggan is parang nadadala ka. And itong music they use in the therapy of patients with certain forms of depression and hysteria, and its effect on the endocrine system. One more thing, many young artists, groups, and famous musicians are continuing to keep the traditional alive. Kumbaga, pinapatinitili nilang buhay yung tradisyonal Tarantella dance. The Tarantella dance music frequents alternation of major and minor keys. The music is a rapid score characterized by brief and repetitive phrases, which escalated in intensity. The lyrics are recited by a central singer or speaker. Musical instruments accompany the mandolin, guitar, accordion, and tambourine.
So good day everyone, I am Mr. Reynold Flores from Biped 3C. So today, I'm going to continue the discussion of our topic. So this is the step in dancing Tarantella. Ayan. With a partner. So number 1, grab some tambourines. This version of the Tarantella requires everyone to tap on a small tambourine. If you don't have enough tambourine for everyone, one tambourine for each pair of dancers can work. Dancer will just need to pass the tambourine back and forth for certain moves. Number 2, do a cross step or shake the tambourine. Both partners begin pacing in the same direction, next to one another. If you are dancing the woman's part, for his 8 count, shake your tambourines in a clockwise circle in time to the music. If you are dancing the man's part, cross your right foot over left for a count of 1, 2, then your left foot over your right for 3, 4. Step out with your right foot on 5, 6, and step out with your left foot on 7, 8. So ayan, for the number 3, perform the Tarantella step. Both partners do this step identically. Place your hand on your hips and kick your right foot low to the ground on. Number 1, place the ball of your right foot on the ground in front of your left foot on. 2, hook back onto your left foot on. And 3, step your right foot back into its starting position on. 4, repeat this move starting with your left foot on 5, 6, 7, 8, and repeat this sequence for 3 more 8 counts. For the number 4, do a tambourine triangle. So turn to your partner. Ayan. If you are the woman, tap your tambourine to your left shoulder and then the left hip. Ayan. So the right hip on 1, 2, 3. Repeat for 4, 5, 6. Tap your tambourine with your hand twice on 7, 8. And then meanwhile, the man stands with the hands on his hips. So bouncing slightly in time to the music. And so for the number 5, perform a do-si-do. So now, both partners perform 2 Tarantella steps forward so that you can pass one another. Then perform 2 Tarantella steps backward to return your starting position. This back and forth is called do-si-do. Kaya number 6, kneel or perform the Tarantella steps 4 times in place. If you are the man, kneel down your right knee holding the tambourines. If you are left hand, tap it again your side to the beat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on 8. Ayan. So tap it twice. Meanwhile, if you are the woman, perform 2 Tarantella steps in place. So ayan, 7, remain kneeling or perform Tarantella steps in a circle for the next 16 counts. The man stays down on one knee while tapping the tambourines above his head. So meanwhile, the woman perform 4 Tarantella steps moving in a clockwise circle. So ayan, for the number 8, perform rotating Tarantella steps as a group. 2 sets of couple come together in a circle and extend their right arms toward the center so they are touching. This group perform 4 Tarantella steps in unison, rotating all together in a clockwise circle, and one on the last Tarantella step, everyone tap their tambourines, which is held in everyone's left hand. So ayan, for the number 9 last step, so reverse the spin of the circle. All 4 dancers switch their tambourines to the right hand and turn so that their left arms are now extended into the center. So now the dancers perform 4 Tarantella steps moving in unison and rotating the circle counterclockwise on the last Tarantella step. Of this sequence, everyone taps their tambourine. So that is all for today, and I hope na nakakuha kayo ng knowledge, and salamat sa pakikinig. Thank you.